Okay, so like Tracy said, we're gonna learn how to do like create a link tree. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically just a page with several links all right there together. So like if you want to send somebody to join, to host, to Scentsy Club, some people will use it for when they have several parties going and they'll just send that to all their customers and the customers will click whatever party is open. So we're going to see how you can do that with Canva and with Project Broadcast. And that way you can make use of those services that you're already either paying for or use for free on Canva and not have yet one more outside application that you're using to run your business, which is cool. If you like LinkTree, like the actual application, it's great for what it is. But I'm already using the other stuff. So we're going to start with Canva because I don't like it as much as Project Broadcast for this purpose. I love Canva, but for a link tree, I don't like it as much as Project Broadcast. So we're going to start with that. And let me share screen if I can find the button. There it is. It's bright green. You should be able to see it easily. Okay.
Not yet.
I'm just going to share my whole screen. Okay.
There we go.
So we're going to click over to Canva. Okay. So I already started one today because I wanted to play around with it to make sure I knew what I was doing, guys. So you can see I have one here. And so I'm going to pull this up to show it to you guys, and then I'll start one fresh so you can kind of see how to get one going. And then I'll also, on maybe the event page for happy hour, I can share my template links for both of these so that you guys can just take mine and make them your own so you don't have to do all the work from scratch too. Okay, so here's the one that I played around with today. And as you can see, it's just buttons. I have this pretty background because it's sunflowers, because it's me. I have my email on here, my phone number, and then these are all links that can be clicked. And then I turned these buttons into links as well. Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to do that from home. And if you notice, Canva has changed a little bit. If you haven't been on for a little bit, the layout's just a little bit different. They're getting fancy on us. So the type that I used was a list. So I found it under the business category. It might not be listed here. So I'm going to create a design. And let's see. I'm just going to type in list. And so it kind of gives me the tall format like you would use on like a mobile screen, a phone screen. And then there's all of these templates over here that you could use just depending on what what you want it to look like. And you can see I just used this one because it already has it looking like buttons right there, just really nice and easy. You don't have to make the background any pretty pictures. You don't have to do anything extra. What you can really simply do, you can make this your name. You're going to have to resize a little bit. And then I'll resize this whole thing. That's going to be really small, but you get the idea. And then like I'll make this Scentsy Club. And then to make it a link, what you'll want to do is you'll go and you'll find your Scentsy Club link from your website. You'll go to your PWS and you have the button right here. Go straight to your Scentsy Club page on your PWS and you will copy the link for that. I just did Control-C for copy. And then when you have this right here, you have to select the text. And then this one right here looks like two chains together. You click on that, I'll give you this box to add a link in. and then click done. And now you can see that it's underlined. So then what I did is I went ahead and I made each of my bubbles, right, something different on my website. And then I centered it and I made it pretty. And of course, I don't need to say a price, right? And any of these features you could add from elements. If you wanted to add another bubble, you could go and find one, or you can just duplicate it. Real easy. That's what those two little rectangles are right there. It just takes whatever you've selected and copies it, makes a duplicate of it, clones it, whatever you want. Okay. I also added my picture because you want to add your picture to everything and try to be consistent with the picture that you use so that like if they go to your Facebook, you're going to look the same as if you go to your Instagram or your LinkedIn or wherever. You want people to be able to recognize you and not like wonder, is this the same person? I can't tell. I've had that happen sometimes looking for other people. So you resize it. I've moved the bubbles just by select all, whatever you want to move. That would move my name too, wouldn't it? Move it down. So then once you've got it all done, and I'm going to go back to the one that I have already made so that I can show you guys. I don't want to publish this, right? Nobody needs to see that out in the world. So I'll go to the one that I previously made. Okay. And it's got it all right here. So then what I want to do now that it's made and pretty and good to go. So you would do the same for making these links also, by the way. I just went into elements and I would type in Facebook logo, find the image that you want to use. Okay, drop it down here. Then you would select it and see it's already a link. So if you click on that, it's going to take you to my VIP group on Facebook. Okay. So then when you're ready to publish it, you'll go to the share button and public view link. You're going to do the public link. Okay. And I've already made it public, but there'll be a button that says make it live or whatever. So I'm going to copy that so you can see what it looks like when it's public. And that's what it'll look like. If you share that link with somebody, it'll just be like that will be if it's on a big screen, like a computer, or if it's on a phone, it'll just fill the screen. And so then you can't see the bottom because this is in the way. But if I were to be able to see it, you'd see the Facebook button, the Instagram button, all those. But if I click on it, it'll take you to my website page. Okay. If you click on the catalog button, it's going to take you to the digital catalog. And this is just a real easy way to share just whatever links you like. So they're not just going to your website and trying to shop for themselves. They don't have to, look for them. If you want to, they want to host a party, send them your LinkTree and it takes you straight to the host page, right? Okay. And you could, of course, you could add whatever links you want. If you wanted to add all of them on here, you could, all the different categories, you could do that. You could like make them smaller and side by side so they could click, oh, I want to go shop for kids stuff. Oh, I want to check the licensed collections. You add whatever buttons you want there. Okay, so before I move on to project broadcast, are there any questions? Yes. Pause my sharing. Stop sharing. Okay. Any questions about LinkTree with Canva? Because I moved through it kind of fast.
It looks pretty easy because we've learned how to do a scrolling party before and it's very similar. The one thing that was different for me watching you do that just now, I'm not familiar with those buttons under when you click share, how you clicked link and on the link it said live.
Right. And that was something that, because I've already made that page a live public website, but it'll be similar. It'll say make public or go public, something similar to that. Just all that means is that it's making the website live to be viewed for other people.
Okay, so when you do a scrolling party, basically we would use the link for the scrolling party very similar, but the difference is you have to click it to be a website.
It turns it into a web page, yeah. And
And that is that just because it moves,
no,
like
it's
it scrolls?
so the thing is with a scrolling party, and I think they're actually, I have not been able to make a scrollable party for a few months now. I think they've changed some features on that so that you can't like scroll it. Um,
Oh,
Instead it makes you like swipe, like if
hmm.
it's multiple pages. I know Victoria and I have played around with that, trying to figure out, I think they changed it, but Canva has been making changes here and there to make things better. Um, but so yeah, it's just all it does, and that's with really anything with Canva. Once you publish it, you're technically making it a web page or a landing page, which is what we're going to make with Project Broadcast.
Okay, so those last steps, once again, where once you complete the way you want it to look, you go up to share,
Mhm.
and then you go to link, the link icon,
Like a
and then
public
it'll
link,
ask
yeah.
you, I'm sorry.
A public link, you'll make it so there's, you'll have your template button or copy button, and then there's um make public. So basically
Okay.
you're launching the web page.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Thank you.
sure. Okay, so now we'll jump into Project Broadcast, which I really love, and I think it's really easy. Just can't be afraid of it. So let's go back to share screen, and I'll hide this. Okay, so now we're going to go to Project Broadcast, and the landing page, it's a landing page that you're going to create. Okay, so you've seen us use landing pages. Like I use it to send out my customer newsletter. Create a team page that I update every month. Um, Amy Denny has been amazing and created a scrolling party through landing pages. Amazing. Okay, so we can do the same thing for Linktree. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the one that I've created. And while I'm in there, I'll show you how to add the features that I have on mine instead of creating a brand new one. Okay. So I have this social share image, which you don't have to do, but if you want to add one, you would click here, and then what happens is just this is the picture that shows up when you share the link. Like if you send it in a text message or in an email or whatever, this is the image that they're going to see, which I'm probably going to end up changing it. I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see. And then you have a QR or a link that you can share, and then a QR code. And then down here where we design. So again, it's a landing page, and landing pages, Project Broadcast also has pre-made templates that you can use, but I'll share mine as a template bundle also, so you can just update it to be your thing. So I start with my picture. So they see me, so they get used to seeing my face, and they'll recognize me regardless of where they go. And it's pretty much the same thing. Okay, I have my name, my title, just a little, hey, connect with me. I've got shop, host, join, club, and catalog. And it'll be the same thing. When they go to click on this, it'll send them straight to my website. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to add buttons here in Project Broadcast. And then again, down here, I have these buttons, and Project Broadcast actually has a section where you can add social links. So that's really cool. Okay, so if I wanted to add an image, the way that I would do that is you have these content buttons, okay? And here's an image, so you'd have to click it and drag it to where you want it to go, okay? And then you would click on that section, And then down here, you can upload an image. So you would pick one that you have saved on your phone or on your, well, you have to do it from a laptop or a PC because you can't do it from a phone. You have to do it from a PC. So you can have an image saved on your PC, which I have some different faces, happy faces, picture with Heidi and Orville, whatever. Or I have some that I've already uploaded and I can pick from all those files. Okay. Or Project Broadcast has some stock photos as well that you can choose from. And those work really well for like background images as well. And I'll show you how to change a background image. So you can scroll and find, or you can search. I can search, look, sunflowers. See, oh, it's so pretty. I could just add a picture of a sunflower right there. Yay. Okay, so then we'll scroll down and let's see. Okay, I want to add a button. So I go back to my content and right here, I drag a button over and drag it wherever you want it to go. Okay, and then you have button text. So that's not what I want to do. Maybe. Hold on. I got to remember what I did. But you can do buttons. Buttons are really easy. So let's do licensed collections. Maybe. And then you can change it. Like you can make it bold and underlined, but it's going to underline it anyway for you when you make it a link. Okay. And then right here, it's very easy. You just add your URL. I got to go back here and I'm going to find my licensed collections. Copy. Paste. And now it's a button so that if I click on it, it'll go to that page. I don't know what it's doing now. Stop doing what you're doing. Well, what are you doing, computer? I think I confused it. Okay, we'll go back into it. Get it back open. And since I didn't save it, here's the other thing. You notice that that picture's gone because I didn't hit save or the check mark. So if you don't save it after you do all your hard work, it'll be gone. So as my computer teacher from high school used to say, save often. Hit that save button every time you make a change. Well, not every time, but make a few changes every 5 minutes, save it, or else you're going to have to redo it all. Okay. So you can add a button. You can add an image, text, a divider, which is just like a cute little separator. Okay, that'll be like a dotted line or a dashed line just to make it, separate. Or once you have one in there, if you want another one, look, there's a duplicate button. You can just duplicate it. And then, right? And then I got to come down here and change that link or else that button will not go where it's supposed to go. Okay. And then you can come down here and you can change the individual, sorry, my dogs are growing crazy. Features of like that link. You can change the text color and you can do hex codes or you can select a color. What I like to do, because I want to keep my colors and my branding all similar, is I'll go over to Canva where I have my colors all set and you can copy a color from there by opening that up. You open this little plus sign and right here it'll show you the hex code for whatever color you have selected, and you can copy that and bring it back to Project Broadcast and paste it in this box. Okay, so that way your colors can stay consistent, whichever form you're using. And then for down here, for social links, I want to, let me see if I can remember how to add them. There, right? This button right here. If you drag it over here, then that will give you a whole section of social links where you can come and choose which icon you want. So if you want old school Twitter or X or LinkedIn, and then you go and you get your personal profile link for that button, and it's ready to go for you. It's already set up. And then when you go to share that, again, you save. And then if we were to look on that, so here was how it would look on a PC, which it looks like I need to fix this background banner, don't I? This is how it would look on a PC. And again, on a phone, it would just fill the screen. And so you'd scroll. And then if we went to click the button, it would go straight to that section of my website. So you can make a landing page, a LinkTree landing page for just your website. You can make it if you have a lot of parties going on at the same time. So you can share all the links for Sandy's party, Jennifer's party, Scott's party, and then they would just click whoever their host is. Okay. Heather, what's up?
Can you go over again how you first started from the very first step? So we're on content on the
Mm-hmm.
far left, and then what's there? If you've never made a landing page, is it just options that tell you?
So let's look like if I'm going to start a brand new one, okay?
Uh-huh.
And we gotta give it a name real quick.
Okay.
So we're doing a brand new one. What would it look like? Okay. Well, first of all,
Oh, so there's
there's
the
template.
templates. Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
there's templates. And again, I'll turn mine into a template if so you guys can use it if you want to. But if it were completely blank, what would it look like? Right? So this is what it looks like. There's nothing there, just completely blank. But it shows you where to drag. So if I want to, I want to put an image there. I'm going to start with my picture, right? And then it's got all these pictures that I've used on different, like I've uploaded them for different reasons, whether it's for like a party page or my team page, whatever, newsletter. Okay. So there's my picture. And then I want to add text. So I'll grab the button that says text and drag it over here. And then I'll put in my name, maybe. And then I want it centered. So over here, I can see text align. It's going to center it. Text size. Okay. Font family. You can choose how you want it to look. This is just when it says weight, it's basically how thick are the letters. And then container padding, that just means like bumpers on the sides and on the top and bottom. So if you want space between this box and this box, or this box and the side, okay? And then to do the background, that's where you would just click outside of whatever the content is. You click on the background, and then that's where you can change the color of that. And that would color that section, okay? And you can also add, if you feel brave, you can add a image, which is what I've done is I go in and I create background images in Canva, save them to my computer, and then I can use them in here as background images. But also Canva has, or Project Broadcast has images you can use as background also, if I Don't get too creative with myself. Okay, so I can put that as a background, but then I'd need to um, turn the color off, and then you'd be able to see it. Remove that. See, and then that background image is there. So that's for the column. That's just that section. And then if I wanted to go for the background here, that would do the whole background for the whole thing. Okay, so then I have my name down here. Then I want to add, say I want to add the button. I drag that down here and now I can scroll down. Okay, and then I can change the button. And there's a lot, you can do a lot with Project Broadcast. You just have to not be afraid of playing around, okay? So for my button, I can have the sides rounded, the border rounded. And then let's see. If I don't want any padding, that means no space in between the two boxes. No padding there. See, that would make no padding between the text and the button itself. See how that changes? I know it's kind of low on the screen there. And that's just spacing. And it tells you that there. Auto width, this is what I was looking for. So if you have this auto width checked, that means it'll just be the size just bigger than the text. If you turn that off, that's when you can make the button go all the way across to fill the whole area, the whole column. And that'll make it go all the way across, or just a little bit shorter, which is what I have for the one that I've created, right? And then you can change the color for your button. And then the hover background. So when somebody hovers over it, it shows that it's clickable. It'll change colors when you hover over it. Like when they do, if they're on a PC, of course, you don't really hover when you're using your phone, so it wouldn't change too much. And then if you wanted to add the social buttons, you would grab it and drag it. And then you would choose, you have to select it and then choose, what your social networking that you want to use. And then you'd add your profile there, right? So I'm just I put that there, and then whenever they go and click that button, it'll take them to my VIP page.
Can you go back to where you talked about the column? There was a column that you said it had to do with the background, where the background picture is.
Okay. So that's when you're creating images on Project Broadcast. This is one single column. If you wanted to do multiple columns, then what it's going to do is it's going to split your space. Maybe. It'll split the space, okay? So let me see. Which is really helpful when you're doing side by side, like if you wanted to do your newsletter for your customers, or a party page, then you could use more space, fill it up better, so it's not just scroll, 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 scroll. So then I would want to do, let's say I want to do 50-50, then I would select that and see how it splits the space. Or you could do 3 things, or have it uneven space there.
So it doesn't split where your picture is, it just splits everything below, like where you drag it to?
Wherever you drag that column button, yeah. So if I wanted to split, have my picture on one side and have
Like have your buttons to the right of your picture.
Right, yeah. Like if you wanted to have, like, let's see, I can go, let me show you my customer newsletter, and then that'll give you an idea of what it looks like. So here I have it split, right? So I have the title of my newsletter and then my picture. So that's 2 columns split right there. And then like down here, maybe, yep, I have it evenly split. So it's a 50-50. So I can have 2 products right next door to each other. And it won't do the whole thing. It just does wherever you select that, insert that button or that feature, wherever you drag and drop that. And then when you'd add another section, and it would be its own thing. It won't be the split columns.
So with Project Broadcast, this is something that you would send, like you can schedule it just like you would schedule a blast, and you would schedule it to maybe go out on the first of every month or something.
So what I do with the landing pages, you add it to like an automated text, right? So I'm going to schedule something to go out to my customers. I would come in here where I'm scheduling my message, and then I can add this plus button down here, select landing page, and then I could pick what I wanted to send out. So if I wanted to send my LinkTree to my entire customers, I say, hey, I wanted to give you guys easy access to the different sections of my website. Here's the different buttons, save it onto your phone, and then you can access these different areas real easily. Or if I have a new customer, I could send them my LinkTree through Project Broadcast. And you just add it like you would any, like an attachment or dynamic field, all these different categories.
So go back to your landing page list.
Okay. Maybe.
So the one that says newsletter 524,
Yep.
that's just a newsletter, but you could put it into you could schedule that.
Right. I would add that whenever I send this out once a month to my customers at the beginning of the month, I take the time to update it with the new warmer of the month, any specials that are coming up, like the join special. And I go and I grab all these images either from the marketing tab or straight from my website, you guys. I just right click, save image. Okay. It's like I'm not making any of these images, obviously.
That looks great though, Becky. It does.
Thank you. And then again, I have my social links down here. I have just my website link. I like to include the Scentsy mission statement. But then, yeah, so whenever I send out my message, I'll schedule a message to send out to my customers, and I add this link because if you've worked with Project Broadcast at all, you know they don't want you to include outside links. They won't let you include bit.ly links. So if you create a link through Project Broadcast, then you can drop those into your text messages. And if you want to use like just an outside link, that's where the trackable links are. If you can use anything as a trackable link. So I have collections, right? So I would go to just my collections page, copy this link, then go here, add, and list what it is, so I know what it is when I'm searching for it, and drop the URL right here. And then when I go to send out a message, okay, I could drop it in here. There's the buttons down here that you can't see because of this black bar, but the buttons would be there. Or if I wanted to, again, schedule a message, down here, trackable links is one of the options. So I click here, I can go down and say, okay, I want to tell you about, all of our collections that we have. I would select that and it inserts this so that when my customers receive this text message, it won't be just a random code like that. It'll be something that they can click. It'll be a clickable link. And then it'll give them a screen that says This is taking you to an outside website. Are you sure you want to go? And it's just giving the customers that extra choice in the matter of whether they're actually going to go visit another website or not.
And
But the
that's the trackable link.
yes, that's my trackable link for the collections.
Okay.
And then the cool thing about that is using the trackable links through Project Broadcast, you can see who has clicked the link. So I can go in here and I can see which of my customers have clicked that link.
So
And
that's what makes it trackable. Okay.
right, that means that's what's the trackable part. And then also you have the option of giving it an auto tag so that when they do click that, it automatically tags them with collections. So then I can go in here and look at my tags. And if I want to send something out to just that group of people, because I know they already like it, I have their names. It gives them a tag. So I can go in and send a message to a customer and click collections, and it'll give me that list of names that I can select. Right? So again, I'll go back in here like I'm scheduling a message, add contacts. Here are my tags. Here's collections. And it's going to give me this list of customers. I can add all of them. And that way I'm automatically sending it. And I don't have to go through and say, "Ooh, I wonder if they're going to like this. I wonder if they want to know." If they click that link, I know that they want to know.
Becky, can you show them? So let's say they want to use this landing page, but they want to send it in an email. Will you show them where they can get the link to copy, to paste an email, or if they wanted to send it just in an old school text message outside of Project Broadcast?
Yeah, so if I wanted to send it without creating a message through Project Broadcast, because, if you're not paying for the credits and all that, it just right here, here's my URL. I can just copy that right there. And it's also got a QR code, okay? And so then if I go here into my bar, let's prove that it works, right? There it is. There's my newsletter. So you don't have to send it through Project Broadcast. You can add it in a text message, in Facebook Messenger, in an email, however you want.
And all the links are going to work.
Yep. If you go in and you change them. So sometimes I have to update them. If it's a different, like if I replace the image, then I'd have to update it. Like the Puerto Rico collection was not available when I made, like this page wasn't here when I made the newsletter or updated it. So I just made it go straight to the licensing or the collections page. Like the WIF box will take you to the WIF box page.
And the only other thing I was going to say, because when I first started doing landing pages, I would get frustrated with myself because I would forget this, that whenever you are doing landing pages and you're editing them, you have to do it unless this has changed from the desktop version, not from your app.
Yes.
And I would be
Yeah.
like, why isn't it letting me do this? And then I'm like, oh, because I'm on the app. So then I have to remember that.
Yeah. And even still then, sometimes I'll forget you have to do it full screen. So like if I'm trying to split the screen and look at two tabs at the same time, it won't let me do certain things. You have to have it full screen like this.
Yeah, it can be done from the iPad, but just in your, when I say desktop, there's probably a better word.
PC.
Not from PC. Well, but even like on our iPad, I have to go to
Yeah.
Safari and I have to go to so Safari.
So like,
and then
so
type
like
it in
a
Safari.
Browser.
A browser. There we go. I'm saying the wrong thing. So you need to use the browser version versus the app version to do the landing pages. Sorry, I needed to get that wording better. You know me.
Sometimes that word doesn't want to come. Words are hard. Abby and I talk about this often. Words are hard.
Would you say there's a benefit to using one versus the other? I know you said versus Canva versus Project Broadcast for landing pages specifically.
I really like Project Broadcast over. I used to use Canva before Project Broadcast came into our lives. Simply because I can make it as long as I want to. and
Mhm.
they can scroll, whereas on Canva, I think that scrolling option might
Mhm.
be gone.
Okay. So, but let me ask you though, you're still creating all of your pictures, right?
I still
Something
create, yeah.
sensational that you want to put, you still have to do that on Canva, and then you would just download that picture and then transfer it over to your project broadcast when you create it?
Yeah, if I'm using something that I created, that's Canva is the create app.
Right, right.
And then Project Broadcast, it's the purpose of Project Broadcast is connection. Like it's emails, text message, calling. It's about connection, whereas Canva really is creation. So they're two separate purposes,
Okay.
but you can find ways to work around it if you want to.
Okay. No, I didn't even know what I didn't know. I had no idea you could do all those things with Project Broadcast. And I get overwhelmed with the different lessons that Project
Yeah.
Broadcast has, the trainings,
Mhm.
because there's nothing on there that will even provide a check mark or anything to tell you that you've already done that particular training. So I
Yeah.
never know where to pick up where I left off, or oh, this looks interesting, but wait, there's a prereq. I should learn how to do that first before I do that
That would
particular
be
training.
good feedback for our Project Broadcast people that we have
Mhm.
connections with.
I need to know where I left off, because I
There's
kind of have given up on the training because I can't remember where I left off at, and I don't like having to redo them over again.
and there's a lot that you can do with Project Broadcast, and you just have to get creative too. Like, Amy Denny, who created our Scented Bliss resource page, saw my landing page. She's like, or my link tree. She goes, "Oh, wait, yeah, you could do that." So it's just a matter of thinking outside the box and thinking about what you could use it for. But
Yep.
there are so many things that you could use Project Broadcast for and still have it be free because you're only paying when you use credits.
Mhm.
So definitely there's a lot that you can take advantage of there.
Do you want to stop the recording, Becky?
Yes, ma'am.